We open on the interior of a quiet office, where a small man, so old he appears almost gnome-like, is softly snoring at his desk. The office has large windows that allows sunlight to enter and strike the array of ferns and orchids that sit alongside a heavy old globe in a confusion of filing cabinets and bookshelves. The brass plaque on the little old man's desk reads Director Herbert Phyto. Director Phyto doesn't react much as the door to his office is opened and Agent Chip Blakesley enters. The small man blinks as Agent Blakesley approaches his desk. Director Phyto, I've come to give you an update on the Razorback mission. Hunter surveillance shows that David Knowles' cursed pig mask is active again and has already begun killing. Interestingly, Agent Mickey Adams decided to flake out a touch and freed one of the original hostages, an Eliza Crawford, from the psychiatric ward. He appears to have taken her along on the mission. Perhaps she will prove helpful. It is the anniversary of the original deaths, after all. Agent Tomer has acquired an impressive collection of mundane knives and snacks. He also still has the Diary of Charlie Clement, which helped confirm for Agent Maxwell Charlton that the whole wronged mess may have sprung from some demonic source. Agent Joe Eastwood has chosen to spend a fair amount of time at a local bar, but everyone appears ready to take on whatever horrors await them in the old Clement meat processing plant, which is where we find our hunters, having found some pigs, and we believe Razorback as well. Director Phyto nods and signs the paper that Agent Blakesley has slid in front of him. You know, Blakesley, your father tried to get his hands on that mask in the 80s, but the Urbandale police wouldn't hear of it. How is he, your father? He's, fine, sir. He asked after you recently and was glad to hear that you were still at the helm. The old man nods briefly. Your father helped me get this job nearly 30... Oh, no. Nearly 40 years ago. Ugh, I should retire. Nonsense, sir. You're still as sharp as I have ever seen you. Yes. At any rate, what will you do with that mask if your hunters can retrieve it? Agent Blakesley straightens a bit. A containment solution is ready, sir. Good, says Director Phyto, already slumping back towards sleep as Agent Blakesley walks from the office, softly closing the door behind him. Hi, everybody. Thanks for listening. I'm Chris, your friendly neighborhood keeper. You can find me on Twitter at Finite Jester. This is Untitled Dice Game, an actual play podcast. Today we are continuing our Monster of the Week game. Monster of the Week is a Powered by the Apocalypse game written by Michael Sands and released by Evil Hat Mysteries. The mystery that we are concluding in this session is Razorback. It was written by Arturo Martinez, and you can find it in the Tome of Mysteries, which was also released by Evil Hat Games.
Hi, I'm Sarah, aka Zero, and I play Joe Eastwood, the Chosen Playbook. You can find me on Twitter at ZeroRPG. That's SERO RPG. Cheers!
Hey everyone, I'm Matt, aka Rosenbagger, aka Rosie, playing Mickey the Flake. You can find me on Twitter at Rosenbagger_UDG.
Tomer, our mundane, was played by Pomander.
Hello there, my name is Ollie. I play Maxwell the Wronged. You can find me over on Facebook at OJWH Reviews, where I talk about films and TV and stuff. That's about it, actually, no more stuff. And I hope you enjoy the podcast.
So you see that at the end of it as we come back.
Were they wearing a pig mask?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
It is a large...
I wonder who it is.
It is a large creature wearing this pig mask, and he sort of snorts and chuckles, and the shoulder moves, and the hand comes out, and the gleam hits the enormous meat cleaver, the big, it's a sheet of paper sized blade with a wood handle on it. Maxwell, what do you do?
I panic for a moment.
It's understandable.
How close are they to me?
They're close.
As in range of a weapon, how close are they to me?
They're down at the end of the hallway, so you would have to engage with them.
You don't know how to throw a meat cleaver? I mean...
I Okay, I can't get to the phone quick enough, so I'm just gonna first of all scream, "Back up!" And then throw my tomahawk at the face.
Okay, so you are going to scream for help and then...
Yes. And then throw the tomahawk at their face, hopefully.
Okay.
Like, aiming for the mask, because this is good at demon-y defeating, so if it can affect the mask in some way, that'd be nice. That's my character's thinking.
Okay. Cool. So I think at this point that is acting under pressure, and the pressure here is that you're going to be able to get away from him as opposed to actually like kicking some ass and engaging him in an actual fight thing. Does that seem fair?
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Yeah, so let's see. We got that roll? Roll cool, please. Okay, so you're going to be able to get away, but you're going to suffer harm. I'll let you know exactly what that looks like in a second. Or you can dodge the harm, but you're still going to be in that hallway with the monster.
I'm gonna dodge the harm, but stay in the hallway.
Dodge the harm, stay in the hallway?
Risky option, yeah.
Okay, so you've chucked the tomahawk, which means it's no longer in your hands, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what sort of harm does that do?
Well, it's 4 harm against the specific creatures it targets, being demon, or 1 harm otherwise.
Okay, no, that's great. It lodges in the thing's like leg, thunk, and he sort of like grunts and then snorts and reaches out and like pops the wall, and this like chunk of hallway comes collapsing down towards you, and you stagger backwards, meaning that to escape now you're going to have to do some clambering to get over these obstacles, and this creature is coming along behind you.
Okay.
So, Joe, Tomer, you were looking at this grinder and discovered the body of a guard, which you texted a picture of to your mates. I feel like Maxwell gets that text. We see it in his phone as he's like scrambling backwards from the collapsing wall. What are you guys doing then? Because I imagine that makes quite a clamoring noise, and you would hear that off in the distance.
Can we work out where it's coming from?
Yeah, you'd have a good sense of which direction it's moving in.
Yeah, I'll make my way over.
I'll grab Tomo by the wrist and run, dragging him after me.
Okay. In the direction?
Yes.
Yes. All right, cool. So you'd be able to make it there in just a minute in order to see whatever it is that happens next. Maxwell, you find yourself, your retreat blocked, your weapon of choice sticking out of the thigh of this enormous man who's, now that he's more in sight, it's the pig mask right from the illustration. He's got a butcher's apron on. He's wearing a dangling series of knives like someone else would wear a ring of keys. And he's stumbling towards you, chuckling to himself. Come here. You're next. What do you do?
I'm gonna reach for my assault rifle and then try and shoot him with that.
Okay. Yeah, let's kick some ass. You're in tight quarters with this thing. Roll tough.
9 again.
Ooh, another 9. Cool. So you are going to exchange harm. What harm does your weapon do? Your rifle?
Oh, assault rifle is 3 harm.
Okay. All right. And he in turn brings like this killing hammer down on your hip. That is going to be 3 harm. You can apply armor, and
okay.
it is going to knock you down to the ground. You're going to be taking... Oh, wait, hang on a second. Pause just a moment. You are knowingly fighting a demon. Did you add a +1 to that tough roll?
I did, yeah.
You did. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was like, ooh, okay. Wait, maybe we can do less harm. Nope. Nope. That is the harm that's coming in there. And that'll be a -1 ongoing until you can do something about the fact that you've just been hammered. Joe, Tomer, You see this massive creature wearing this pig mask slam a hammer into the hip of your friend. What are you guys doing?
Do we come in behind Fonzie or behind the pig person?
You're coming in behind Razorback. We might as well just refer to him as such.
Sorry. Joe's probably just gonna call him Pigface. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw my meat tenderizer at the back of his head from a distance. Is there anything to roll for that?
Probably follow suit. Or actually, could I use power of heart to help Joe this
Yes.
manner?
Well, here's the thing. Joe right now is just going to do her harm because, well, no, she would be. He is a supernatural creature who is perfectly capable of defending himself. So yeah, you could use power of heart to automatically help. What you may want to do is see how well she does and whether or not you want to get involved.
Right. I'll wait for the roll then.
Yeah. So Joe, if you're going to wade in and try and what weapon are you bringing to bear?
I was just gonna throw the meat tenderizer at him before I go into close fighting with him.
Oh yeah, well the meat tenderizer is going to bounce off. Well, you know what? Give me a cool roll. Let's act under pressure to see if you can effectively hit him with the meat tenderizer as opposed to just getting his attention.
I rolled a 12.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. So how much harm does the we probably doesn't have a harm on it. Let's say
You haven't given it to me one, but I do a +1 for my move, so
yeah.
that
that's good.
+1.
And I think it's going to take him in the side of the head, just and it's going to like stagger him. So he has to start working on getting up, and he's dropped the hammer that he used on Maxwell. Tomer, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll follow suit. That sounds like a good idea. So yeah, I'm gonna also roll some cool.
What are you?
So yeah, I'll take a knife and just fling it, and of
Oh,
course,
no.
of course, I you know,
It was the paring
that was
knife,
pretty-
wasn't it?
that was pretty on point for Tomer.
Nice even 5.
Yeah, go ahead, mark your point of experience there.
I have.
You know, there's always the tendency to have it like sticking out of Maxwell's thigh in like this mirror, and not even necessarily to do more harm, just for the like
Comedy of errors.
right, the comedy of the moment, and to just underscore how terribly you missed as Razorback like dodges it, reaches out past Joe, and throws a knife back of his own, which is going to hit you for 2 harm. It's one of those, pointy butcher knives. Where does it hit you?
Oh, it probably gets me like square in like the thigh.
Okay, nice. So
Everyone in the thigh.
everybody's sitting there with knives sticking out of their thighs.
Like how?
Oh yeah, that's good. And and we just and we cut to outdoors where Mickey is finishing up wiring this gizmo in there, and you turn around and Eliza is gone, and what we have instead appears to be about a dozen hogs. And they're arrayed across the blacktop of the road, but they are all like if you were a magnet and their snouts were, metal, they are pointed directly at you, each and every one of them. And it's only once you turn that they begin. What do you do?
Oh, I'm in a tight spot.
Good thing you have your pomade.
I'm a dapper damn man. All right, so this definitely seems
like a bad
situation.
It might be.
And I am going to read that like a book.
Come on. Big money. Whew.
Woohoo! Let's go with the 10. Saved by the
saved by the dice.
Saved by the +2, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, what do you want to know?
So what's the best way? What's my best way out?
What's your best way out? Into the factory, into the fence. They're arranged around you in this circle, so your best line is to run right along the fence, because you're right along the fence anywhere way you're at the closest power pole, which is right in, so it would be to make a book it towards that gate. would be your best way out of pig attentions.
Okay. We get 2 more here. And I have no idea where Eliza went?
No.
I already think I know what the biggest threat is. What's the best way to protect the victims?
If by Eliza or by you, the answer is probably the same, and that's to book it inside the factory where you've been hearing noises as you've been wrapping stuff up. So it's like, okay, the action is heating up. Maybe it's happening sooner than it should have because everybody's here, but that's where it's going on. And that's, like these pigs are reacting like you saw Eliza reacting to the weirdness.
Interesting. So I need to run into the factory along the fence. What is my best way in? Do I see a way to enter the building that it looks like the pigs wouldn't be able to get in through?
Well, the gate is there. It's just the pigs are probably gonna have a shot to, if they're gonna mess with you, they may mess with you. Your best way in is to go fast.
Then I'm going to
maybe try and scare them.
I'm gonna quickly tighten up the shack somewhere and book it.
Okay. Sounds good. Why don't you act under pressure with a +1 for reading the situation? Pressure here is that the pigs is going to hit you before the fence going to admit you. Did you add? You added the 1 before?
I did add the +1.
Excellent. Okay, so worst outcome, hard choice, price to pay. Ooh, okay, so you can get in the fence with your nifty little power remote control and not get hit by the pigs, or no, I'm sorry. You can get into the fence not being injured by the pigs, or you can keep a hold of your remote control. You don't get both.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to God, I spent so much time on this too.
Yeah, that's why we encourage you to take the harm.
I'm gonna take that harm, yeah. I'm gonna let's have the worst outcome. It can't be that worse, right?
Okay, so the pig slams you up against the fence and it bites you on the arm. It's going to be that's 2 harm headed your way.
Okay.
And you're bleeding a little bit. It hurts like hell, but you manage to push on through the gate and into the factory.
I'm gonna try to find Eliza. I don't know if since I've connected to her telepathically, would I still be able to, or is that something that I have to see her to do?
Ooh, I like that. Let's cut away from you as you roll weird to reach out and find her. Meanwhile, the battle up against Razorback is kind of raging. We've bounced things off his head. Everybody is bleeding from their thigh except Joe.
Not me.
So, Joe, what are you doing?
I kind of want to see how my own weapon damages him, so I'm going to pull out my trusty dragon glass blade and see if I can kick some ass.
Okay. And you're following through the rush up after you through the hammer, and he's slow to get to his feet. So yeah, go ahead, roll kick some ass.
An 8.
All right, and how much damage does your glass do?
4.
4. All right, very nice.
That's why I wanted to hit him with that.
Mm-hmm. And he as he steps up, he's using his hammer to bring himself back to his feet, and as you slash your glass across his gut, he brings it up against your head with his choked way up on the handle, so it just smacks into you, and that will be 3 harm, and you're going to go tumbling over against the side of the wall.
But I'm not bleeding from my thigh.
And its blood suddenly, spontaneously begins to stop. And Razorback begins staggering out of the hallway, fairly quickly headed into the darkness. Maxwell, what are you doing?
I'm going to chase after him.
Cool. Why don't you act under pressure? You would be taking a -1, but you are in pursuit of your chosen thing, so I think it just balances out, right?
But it balances out +1 because if I've suffered harm, then I get +1. So
and you've got a +1. That's right. Oh fuck yeah. Okay. So,
is it a cool roll?
Cool roll to not lose him as he dodges his way through the machines he knows well. Okay, so here's how it goes. He starts going through and he makes his way out of the hallway and dodges along a row of machines that as he hits it, he sparks this thing, and all of a sudden one of them has this enormous blade that comes out of it and right in front of you. You know, they must have used it for cutting the backbones of, you know, like whole pig carcasses, splitting them in half and such. And it looks like he's rigged it so that it's sitting in part of the wall. And so you're suddenly aware that this whole place has been booby-trapped. It's all messed up.
Home Alone style.
Yes.
That's Heathler,
Yes. If it were Jason Voorhees who had been left alone. Right. And so you realize that if you want to keep up with him, you can, but you're probably going to suffer some nicks and scrapes along the way. So you can stay hot on his heels with 2 harm headed in your direction, or you can let him disappear into the darkness.
I'm going to take the harm.
Cool, so you stay with him. Tomer, you see Maxwell taking off after this pig-faced guy who's just knocked Joe on her ass in the hallway. What are you doing?
I think I'm going to run after Maxwell.
Okay. And he manages to stay up with it, and you see these same, like, you know, traps coming up out of the wall, and these saws and, like, you know, pendulums and just all sorts of dumb nonsense.
Is there a way to get up to like the rafters of this room?
There would be. There's all sorts of scaffolding and old pipes. So if you, yeah, are you looking to try and like get the drop on him to throw things at him from above, kind of thing?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. I think it's a cool roll to make that run, and you're taking a -1 because you have. I imagine you've now pulled the knife out of your thigh, but it's not going to help you climb that wound.
Yeah. All right. Cool. We'll do that. Oh, thank God. Okay.
Right.
I got 11.
Yeah, so you manage to scramble up there, and you get up there right as Maxwell, as Razorback turns around, seeing that he's not getting away and that his traps are not going to be things. He says, "Fine. You want to fight? It's a fight." And we cut to Mickey. You are again having those visions of the grinder. And I think with a 9, it's a success, but it's so you can find her. But when you do, she is working on loading the guard into that piece of machinery.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, I've heard the guard was dead, so not in
yeah.
immediate danger. But I'm going to. I mean, too late to save that body. I kind of look at her and I ask, Eliza, what are you doing? I mean, I clearly see what she's doing, but I want to know.
Being helpful. Just tidying the mess.
That's it's very kind of you. You know, there was some more mess down here. Can you come help me with it?
Where? Whatever mess do you mean?
I believe it's the others.
He's finished with them then?
Oh,
I think by the time we get there, he will be. Why don't you leave that one and we'll go get the rest, and then we can do like one big run, right?
Or you could just help me real quick. Many hands make the task smaller.
You got me there. Could I go inside her head one? Like, is she getting orders right now? I'm wondering. So I kind of I start walking towards her.
I think if you're dipping into her head, you have visions of the original deaths. You have this like swirling, hissing kind of like Exorcist when they find the statue in the desert thing. Noises going on. We are Legion, yeah. Thing. All of this is going on, and she's trying her best in a bad situation, and she wants to help. It's like she's being drawn to a script. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she wants to help. She just doesn't know who's the right person to help. It seems like she's getting pushed by another entity inside her brain. So I think I might want to go in there and, while the manipulating's hot, get on some manipulating myself and tell her that this isn't the voice that they aren't the voice she needs to listen to. If you want the best help done, you listen to this voice.
Okay.
So I guess I need to roll for that.
Well, and here's where the wrinkles come in. You took some of the medication, which was the wrong medication that she's also been taking.
I knew this would come back.
It's definitely a weird roll, and the consequences are going to be pretty harsh.
That's fine.
Sideways, yeah. Let's see it.
Oh no! I think we'll go ahead and use that luck point.
Are you gonna use the luck point? Okay, yeah.
On a 5.
Sounds good.
I mean, this could be really cool, so I don't know. Story-wise, I think rolling the 5 here would be pretty interesting, but longevity-wise for my life.
In the interest of not wanting to die, maybe.
You know what? I am.
Hang on. Let me just point this out as your friendly neighborhood keeper. Luck points can be used one of two ways. You can accept the narrative of the story and just use it to avoid the harm, but that may not be what you want either.
Or I could get that experience and not even level up.
Right.
Or you could join Eliza.
Tell you what, I could do another roll, and on an odd I use the luck, and on an even I don't.
Yeah, that's your call, man. You do whatever hoodoo voodoo you need.
I rolled a 9, so that's odd. So I'm going to take that luck point.
You're gonna burn the luck point to succeed on the weird roll, and
Yeah,
Eliza.
Let's make it a 12. Yeah.
She drops the body, and it hits the floor with this sickening thud, and she steps away, breathing hard, sees you and runs up and just grabs you in a hug, especially since Mickey's not a touching person. Luck point be damned. But she's like, okay, oh boy, why did you bring me here? We need to end this. I hear him. Follow me. And she...
Okay. Real quick,
Yeah.
as I follow her, are we going to do the special moves when it comes to luck moves?
The special moves when it comes to luck moves, they are all gathered together on page 50.
I can read you mine. It says, when you spend luck, pick an aspect of the current situation. The keeper will tell you what other conspiracies that aspect connects to.
Oh, I can definitely do that. Yeah.
I was gonna pick up the mind, what's going on in her mind right now, and why she would be helping.
Oh, okay. I was gonna give you something different about you get to pick an aspect of the current situation though.
But I'm curious as what you already had planned.
Too bad.
But yeah, I'm curious about the
why she was
why she would be helping. Yeah, why did that want her to help? Did she help in the past? Who knows? I've only read online.
Because she was there, and you get this resonance, this sense of the connection across the time, where because she was there, she was held hostage for a chunk of hours and listened to this guy. She wants to help, but that ties into sort of what I wanted to talk about anyway, so we'll stretch it out a little bit. The mask compels.
Oh.
And
interesting.
And people who have been around it or have been exposed to what happened, they are more susceptible. The pigs that you're seeing around here have broken free from local slaughterhouses and are drawing close because the mask has adopted another user, so to speak.
Gotcha.
Vera?
Yeah, that. So at this point, she wants to.
Yeah, I follow her. You're gonna help me here. This is the best way you can help.
Yep.
Let's take down the big bad pig.
Yep. And
Let's
so
be the wolf.
So here we have Tomer up in the rafters. Maxwell is facing off against Razorback in the big open expanse. Joe, I imagine you were getting your feet and coming right to join the fight as well. Yes? No? Maybe
Yep,
so?
yep.
Oh,
I'm coming.
oh, awesome. And so as this happens, here comes Eliza scooting into the scene right behind him. And Maxwell, the moment will be yours to say what you want to say to the monster who's turned around to face you as soon as I return. So, Maxwell, here all of a sudden I've got it. Razorback still has your tomahawk stuck in his thigh, and he pulls it out and like throws it on the ground in front of you, and it like tumbles forth, scattering his blood as it goes. And he says, "You can have your little weapon back." What do you do?
I say, no, by all means, keep it, and I pick it up and throw it at him again.
Beautiful. How much damage does it do?
4 damage against demons, 1 against a human. I'm not sure how you're counting it, but yeah, 4 against a demon specifically, or 1 otherwise.
Yeah, no, it's great. It slams into his shoulder, and nice. Tomer, what are you doing?
Razorback has the mask on, correct?
Yes, he does.
I want to dive on top of him and try to remove the mask.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I love this. Okay. Oh gosh, I mean it's a total act under pressure role at this point. I mean,
Oh, yeah, my strong suit. Okay,
your strong suit. The pressure's pretty clear.
all right, cool.
Yep.
Got a
Okay.
9.
So here's the thing. He's just taken a tomahawk to the chest. He's just unleashed a cleaver. He's going to be able to knock you free with that mask in your hands, but he's going to do it with the sharp end of his cleaver, or he's going to tumble you off without the sharp end of his cleaver, because you'll be able to duck it and sort of like take the punch in the ribs and like fall down instead. So cleaver to the ribs or no mask.
Cleaver to the ribs.
Cleaver to the ribs. All right, that is 2 harm that will ignore armor.
Okay, that means I'm unstable.
It does mean you're unstable. Okay. And the mask pulls free with like this pop. And as soon as it does, this big linebacker hulk of a brute shrinks down to a far more normal sized, maybe even on the smaller sized individual, who gasps and like the tomahawk that was here in his chest is suddenly here, and like his arm doesn't work well anymore, and he's trying to pull it off. And as you have this mask in your hand, you start hearing voices in other languages, this like Latin-esque nonsense, and you feel a very strong compulsion to put it on.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
You get the sense that, especially as you're sitting there like bleeding out, you've been cut badly, and it's power. Survive. We can help. We can help. So I think it is it's either a cool roll or a weird roll to resist the thing. You take your pick.
I'll do weird.
All right.
I got a 9.
You got a 9. I think the cost of, it's like there's this moment where it's like you bring it close enough that you can sort of smell the mask, and it smells of death. It smells of old pig shit, like wet decay. And there's this moment where you feel it like bonding with you, and you can feel the power, the strength behind it that begins growing inside of you, and then you pull it down and do actually manage to resist, but it is going to cost you 1 harm.
Okay.
So as you do that, Joe, you see this struggle going down. What are you doing as Tomer considers a new fashion choice.
Can I try and kick it out of his hand?
Kick it out of his hands?
Yeah.
Isn't he on top of the person right now, or?
No, he was knocked free.
Oh, okay.
He was knocked free. He just got knocked free, sort of like blade end first, so it cut through across his rib area. And what was once this big hulking thing is now a scrawny 21-ish, 19-year-old. I think he was 19.
19.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah. Who's like breathing hard and looks a lot like Penelope Clement.
Like an American football kick.
Yeah, I think you can manage to do that unless Tomer you would have any objections and want to do something to try and deny Joe from kicking this demonic sack of pig meat out of your hands.
Nope, I readily relinquish it as long as it's one's holding it.
Okay.
Hold on. So where is Cyril? Is he unconscious? Is he kind of incapacitated to some extent, or is he still mobile?
When last we left him, he's in this moment. He popped free. He shrunk down. He's clutching his shoulder, which has a tomahawk sitting on it, and so he's not going anywhere fast.
Okay, then I'll relinquish the mask easily.
Okay, cool. Mickey.
Yeah.
You've seen this. You're seeing this go on, and the mask goes flying, and Eliza goes running for it.
Ah.
Oh, I tackle her.
All right. Roll cool. Maxwell, your tomahawk is now sticking out of the shoulder of a kid who's collapsed to the ground. What are you doing?
Does he look friendly-ish now?
He looks injured.
So he doesn't look like he's about to attack anyone, basically. Then
he looks like he looks like he might die if he does not receive some form of medical attention. Who promised Penelope? That was Tomer. Okay, yeah. Just yeah. So you don't give
I want to go up to him, take my tomahawk out, and then head for the mask to try and destroy the mask.
Okay. You're headed in the direction of the mask, and you see this the bird-like form of Eliza. I forget her last name off the top of my head.
Crawford.
Damn it. What was it?
Crawford.
Yeah, Crawford.
Crawford, yes. You see the bird-like form of Eliza Crawford go streaking past as Mickey's frosted tips fall very short in this pathetic tackle attempt that he missed.
It's like a greased watermelon.
And she scoops up the mask and starts slamming it down on her head. What are you doing? You have a tomahawk in your head.
I'm gonna. What is it at her face yet? I'm aiming for the mask, basically. Whether it's on her face or above her head, I'm aiming for that mask.
Okay. I think it's pressure to get there beforehand and not have to hit her. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Be cool.
Oh, but it's a +1 because this is definitely a demonic thing. You know that it's centered in that mask, which the Department of Deliverance really wants you to deliver to them. I'll remind you.
Am I still on the -1 from the thingy as well?
No, that was just a forward, not an ongoing.
Okay. So.
Oh no, it was an ongoing. My apologies. Yeah, you took a big hit with a hammer. Yeah, you're ongoing, so it is a -1 as well as a +1. So that'll even out, but a +1 from your damage, right? From the same man. Yeah. +1, -1, +1. All right. So a 9. Okay. So here's the thing: you can hit it dead on, but you're gonna do some damage to Eliza, or you can let her put the mask on.
No, I'll do damage to her.
All right. She goes down. She's bleeding bad. There is a head wound, but the mask is knocked free. It's sitting there on the ground, pulsing with an unearthly aura. What are y'all doing?
I get up and I ask, what the heck has been going on here?
Mask, evil, pig man, they're the words that come out of my mouth.
Pig man, pig woman, all pigs bad.
So I go up to pick the mask up because I don't want Eliza to have it.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell her to go over to where the Cyril's getting medical attention to. Just tell her to go sit over there.
Who's giving medical attention to Cyril?
I thought somebody was.
No, nobody is currently.
Then I just tell her.
I'm open to this, but who's doing it?
I guess nobody.
Oh.
I'm purely interested in the mask.
So what? I guess this is a good time. Like as I'm walking over, like I'm gonna hit my button on the machine, the connection I made, and see what happens. To where I can control.
If only we had left the body of the guard in the grinder, that'd have been really funny.
It happens to go, and all we hear is the bird. And we're like, I wonder what that was.
But we also had it won't work exactly like you thought it would. So what happens is darkness falls across the factory for a split second. And then the lights come back up, and there's all of these clunking and like noises in the background. And the machines that are in the room with you, they start shaking. And you get the sense that there is way too much power coming to these machines, and they are all going to shake themselves apart. So you are going to need to get the fuck out of the factory before it yeets itself into pieces.
Wonderful.
Can I go to turn it off? Probably doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, no. I mean, you hit the button and it like little sparks come out of the remote control.
So
I press it a few more times, and I just kind of look around like, time to leave.
They're pushing buttons, Backstreet.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay. So here are the important questions. Who, if anyone, is helping Cyril?
If someone else has got the mask and the place is about to go down, then I'm going to help either Cyril or Eliza get out.
I can help Timer.
That was a silly place to start. Let's start with the important thing. Who's got the mask?
So who was the one that picked it up? Is that Mickey?
I was on the way to pick it up, and then I pressed the button, and everything started shaking.
Oh,
right. And Maxwell, you just tomahawked Eliza in the head to get it away from her, so you would have first dibs on it, so to speak.
I would trust
get
you.
that mask.
Mm-hmm. Cool. What are you doing with it? Are you just booking it out of the location?
Well, I mean, before the destruction started happening, I was going to try and destroy it with my tomahawk, see if that did any destruction.
You would be able to get up to it, and you bring your tomahawk down on it, and it as if there was this air current that suddenly blew it away, and you missed, and it strikes off against the factory floor, and you swing at it a couple of times, and it just misses the damn mask every time you swing.
Damn it, I never missed.
And all of a sudden, the factory is shaking itself to shit around you. Maybe if you were to sit there and run the risk of everything falling apart, you could grind it down or bring it to one of these machines, but you are cognizant of the fact that the factory is shaking itself apart around you.
I want to ask what everyone else is doing first.
All right, so you look around. Tomer, what are you doing?
I'll help Cyril.
Okay, awesome. He gleefully accepts your help, and you guys start limping your way out. Mickey, Eliza's just gone down with a tomahawk to the head.
Wait, she wore it in the face?
She was in the process of pulling it down. She'd gotten it about here when the tomahawk hit, and it popped the mask free, but she went down with it.
Yeah, I pick her up, and
okay.
I'll give her medical attention as soon as I can. But it's not going to be within the walls.
All right, Tomer and Mickey.
She's breathing, right? I can feel that at least.
Yeah, she may have had too much Ambien.
Maybe I get inside her mind and tell her it's going to be okay.
Right on. Yeah, totally. Why don't Tomer and Mickey both roll act under pressure to see if we can get our folks out? Joe, you see Maxwell trying to destroy the mask and then looking around to see what other people are doing. What are you doing?
I'm just going to go up to Maxwell
no.
and... What do you mean, oh no? I'm gonna go to Maxwell and yell at him, "Get out of here!" And if he's not moving, I'm gonna make him move.
It sounds like a manipulate for another hunter. So why don't you roll charm? Tomer, you and Cyril are free and clear.
Ew, that's 3.
Well,
So,
Joe and Mickey both rolled 3s,
So Mickey,
and I just leveled up.
you scoop her up and are running on your way out of there when you accidentally trigger one of the traps and the saw blade bites right into Eliza. You yourself are going to suffer 2 harm, and she is totally fucking dead. Maxwell, it is on you to decide how badly Joe pisses you off as she tries to convince you to get the hell out of here.
I'm gonna push her away and do whatever I can to destroy it. What options did you say that I had if I had anything to destroy it?
Here's the thing. She's telling you to get out of here, so you can get a point of experience for staying and trying to destroy the mask right now because she missed on her charm roll.
I'm going to do that.
I'm not surprised. Cool. Why don't you give me that kick some ass roll? +1 for the demon, but it's the plus and minus and all of that again, so it's just the +1.
Okay.
To try and destroy it. And Joe, you marked experience for that fail?
Yep, I did.
Cool. Ooh.
8.
Okay. You're going to be able to destroy it. What's your harm sitting at right now?
3.
Okay. Yeah, you're all right. I feel like it's going to show you all sorts of stuff. It's going to show you both of your sister's deaths. The original one at the hands of the cultists.
Oh, damn.
Her second death at the hands of Grandma Spider. And your tomahawk is going to push through the center seam on the forehead, and it splits open. And as the pig mask lays flat, the building starts to continue shaking. That's a question for Maxwell, Joe. Now that the pig mask is sort of like dead and you can tell that it's neutralized and that the whatever magics surrounding it have been defeated, are you gonna you'll go with Joe?
I would say now he can go, but the fact that I have visions, I'm like slightly shaken for a moment, so like I will allow her to pull me but still be like shaken.
And are you leaving the remnants of the mask, or does that come with you?
I'll take it with me.
Okay, excellent. Yep. And it gets pulled free. Oh, Mickey, I'm sorry that Eliza is dead in your arms, but it happens. We close out on the scene of the factory, just, piece by piece falling down with all of the dust and the moonlight shining down across all of it as the only light. And here come the police sirens in the distance. Late to the party as always.
Stick around,
and I think that, huh?
Do we stick around?
I
or do
myself am on the table.
Well, you've already met the police here. You remember what was her name? Vera
Collins.
Vera Collins, yes. So that's on you whether or not you stick around.
I can tell you right now, Mickey's in no condition to be able to get it up and run. I'm currently unstable.
Yep.
Someone want to see the back street? I'll deal with the cops.
I guess once we're out and fine, I'm gonna ring up the department and say it's done.
And you'll get Blakesley, and he'll say he will ask, "Do you have the mask?"
Yes, we do.
Excellent. We have you booked on the next flight out. There will be a private plane waiting at the airport with medical attention for any hunters who require it. We look forward to seeing you back at base.
And I just hang up.
Excellent. Beautiful. Okay, so did we conclude the current mystery?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Yeah.
Oh, you certainly failed to save someone, but I don't think that disqualifies you from the question.
But we also saved Cyril.
We saved the target person. The other person, what is life when you're stuck indoors?
Right. You did save Cyril, so That
You
is
could
fair.
argue we saved Eliza, though. She's now safe from her demons.
Yeah,
Correct. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
you don't get a bonus point for saving 2 people, so.
No.
Luckily for her, it probably didn't hurt. She was on a few Ambien at the time.
That's true. That's true. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
We learned lots of people hire demons to help their business.
Yeah, I would say that we learned something about, the fact that, maybe some of these larger corporations may be in some bigger magic stuff too. If, a meatpacking thing can do it, what does everybody else have to hide?
We also learned that the Department of Deliverance wants us to collect some magical items.
That's fair. I'll definitely give you that one. And then finally, did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Learn Mickey can't take a saw to the stomach. Or however that happened with Eliza.
Well, the audience learned something about Maxwell. I don't know if we learned something about Maxwell.
I mean,
though.
I sort of learned something about Eliana in that I saw her deaths.
Well, that's true. That's true.
That is technically about another hunter.
Can we get backstory on her?
Oh, that's fair. Eliana was Maxwell's sister, who was the ghostly monstrous that Grandma Spider killed in one of the alternate universes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Who Joe knew personally.
Yeah. We also know that Mickey will pop pills. What else did we learn?
It will pop pills of unknown provenance.
Yep.
Hey, that's why they call it experimenting with drugs.
Right, exactly.
Sure.
All right. Well,
how much experience did we get there?
Experience. Oh yes. For 3 or 4, you get 2 points of experience each.
This episode edited by Chris. Music produced by Dora. For a full list of all participants in Untitled Dice Game, along with their roles, characters that they may play, and social media, visit untitleddicegame.com. For the latest news, follow us on Twitter at UntitledDice. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. We really appreciate it. Bye-bye!